Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive into Real Estate by Team Laddi Dhillon. This is the place where we simplify real estate for you, one topic at a time. Enjoy.
Hey there, future homeowners. You know how everyone's always talking about location, location, location?
Yeah.
When it comes to real estate.
Right.
Well, we're here to tell you that a huge part of that location equation is the local schools.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about families with kids.
Right.
The quality of schools in a neighborhood can impact everyone. Property values, the sense of community,
Yeah.
even the amenities that pop up nearby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're part of Laddi Dhillon's real estate team, and we're passionate about giving you the inside scoop on everything that makes a community tick.
Absolutely.
Laddi's been helping buyers and sellers navigate the Peel region since 2007.
Wow.
And we know firsthand how much schools matter.
What's fascinating is that schools act as a sort of indicator of the overall health of a community.
Yeah.
Strong schools attract families,
Right.
which drives up demand for housing. And
Right.
that can have a ripple effect on everything from property values to how well maintained the local parks are.
Yeah. Think of it like this. Would you rather live in a neighborhood where the schools are thriving or one where they're struggling?
Yeah.
Even if you don't have kids,
Right.
that school quality is going to show up in your home's resale value down the line.
Absolutely. So today we're taking a deep dive into the school scenes in Peel and Halton regions,
Okay.
specifically focusing on the Peel District School Board and the Halton Region School Board.
Gotcha.
We'll unpack what makes a school good and why that should matter to you, whether you're buying, selling, or even just thinking about investing in real estate.
All right, so let's start with the basics. Why should schools matter to someone who doesn't have kids or isn't planning on having them anytime soon?
Good question. It all comes down to property value.
Okay.
Imagine two identical houses, one in a neighborhood with highly rated schools and one where the schools are struggling.
Okay.
Which house do you think will sell for more and attract more buyers?
Okay, that makes sense. The house in the better school district is going to be more desirable, even if the buyer doesn't have kids.
Right.
They know that down the line, when they're ready to sell, those good schools are going to be a huge selling point.
Exactly. It's all about thinking long-term and understanding how those schools impact the overall desirability of a neighborhood.
Right.
And it's not just about resale value. Think about the amenities that tend to pop up in areas with good schools.
Ooh, like what? Give me some examples.
Well, you often see more parks and green spaces,
Okay.
better maintained community centers, even things like libraries and after-school programs. Families want to live in areas that cater to their needs, and businesses follow that demand.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Good schools attract families, families attract amenities, and suddenly you've got this thriving, vibrant community.
Precisely. Now, before you get overwhelmed thinking about all the different factors that go into a good school, let's talk about how to create a school checklist that's tailored to your priorities.
Okay.
Because one size doesn't fit all here.
Right. What matters to a young family looking for French immersion is going to be different from what matters to an investor looking for a property that will appreciate quickly.
Exactly. So let's break down a framework for thinking about this. First, academics, are you looking at raw test scores?
Okay.
Specialized programs like STEM or the arts?
Okay.
What about teaching styles? Do you prefer a more traditional approach or something more progressive?
Okay. So academics are a big one. And then there's the whole world of extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Some families are all about sports. Others are into music or drama.
And don't forget about the overall vibe of the school and its surrounding community. Is it welcoming and diverse?
Right.
Does it feel like a place where you'd be comfortable sending your kids or even just living nearby?
That sense of community is huge. It's
Yeah.
about more than just academics. It's about the feeling you get when you walk through the halls, the way people interact with each other.
Exactly. So once you have a sense of what you're looking for, where do you actually find all this information? It can feel overwhelming, even for seasoned real estate pros like ourselves.
Don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's talk about some strategies for tapping into the expertise network and getting the inside scoop on schools in Peel and Halton.
All right, so first up, online resources. You've got websites like the Fraser Institute that publish rankings,
Okay.
the EQAO website, which has standardized test results, and of course the Peel District School Board and Halton Region School Board websites themselves.
Okay, those are good starting points. But I'm guessing there's more to it than just looking at rankings and test scores online.
Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, those resources can be helpful for getting a general overview,
Okay.
but they don't tell the whole story. You need to go beyond the numbers and get a feel for the school's culture, its community, and its unique strengths.
So how do we do that? Spill the secrets.
Well, first off, talk to people. Real estate agents like ourselves are a great resource because we're constantly out in the community interacting with families and getting a sense of what's happening on the ground.
Right.
We can tell you things that you won't find on any website.
That's right. And speaking of Laddi Dhillon and his team, we've got decades of combined experience in the Peel region.
Wow.
So we're a great resource for anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in an area with great schools. Don't hesitate to give us a call before making your final decision.
Absolutely. We're passionate about helping people find the perfect community for their needs. And beyond talking to real estate agents, tap into parent networks.
Ooh, yes. Parent networks are a goldmine of information.
Exactly. Think online forums, social media groups, even just chatting with parents at the local park. They can give you the real scoop on what it's actually like to have kids in those schools.
It's like getting the inside scoop from the people who are actually living it.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of your own network. Talk to friends, colleagues, anyone who might have kids in the schools or have gone through this process themselves.
Right.
They can offer invaluable insights and personal experiences.
It's all about gathering those diverse perspectives and getting a sense of what resonates with you. But let's be real, all the online research and conversations in the world can't replace actually setting foot in the school, right?
You got it. The school visit is your secret weapon.
Yeah.
It's about experiencing the school's atmosphere firsthand. It really is. You can read all the reviews and statistics you want,
Yeah.
but nothing replaces that gut feeling you get when you walk through the halls.
Okay, so let's talk about the school visit. What should we be paying attention to? What are the things that can't be captured in a statistic or an online review?
First and foremost, pay attention to the feeling you get.
Okay.
Is the school welcoming? Energetic?
Right.
Does it seem like a place where children are excited to learn and grow?
I love that. It's about trusting your instincts and noticing the energy of the place.
Yeah.
What else?
Observe how students and staff interact.
Okay.
Do the teachers seem engaged and passionate?
Right.
Are the students respectful and responsive?
Mm-hmm.
These are all subtle cues that can tell you a lot about a school's culture.
It's like reading between the lines of the school's story.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
Remember, you're not just evaluating the school, you're also getting a feel for the community.
What kind of questions should we be asking during a school visit?
That depends on your priorities, of course.
Right.
But some good general questions to consider are, what's the school's approach to discipline?
Okay.
How do they support students with different learning styles?
Mm-hmm.
What are the opportunities for parent involvement?
Those are great questions to get a sense of the school's values and priorities. And while we're on the topic of school visits, let's talk about some of the unique things to consider when looking at schools in Peel and Halton specifically.
Both the Peel District School Board and the Halton Region School Board are known for their commitment to diversity and inclusion.
Oh, okay.
They offer a wide range of programs and services to meet the needs of all learners.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're really focused on creating a welcoming and supportive environment for everyone.
They are.
Yeah.
And both boards have a strong track record of academic success.
Okay.
They offer a variety of specialized programs from French immersion to STEM to the arts, so there's something for every interest.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But with so many options to choose from, how do you even begin to narrow down your search?
That's where defining your priorities comes in.
Okay.
What matters most to you?
Right.
Is it proximity to your workplace, access to specific programs,
Mhm.
a smaller, close-knit school community, or a larger school with a wider range of offerings?
It's about finding that sweet spot that aligns with your family's needs and values.
Exactly, and that's where we come in. The Laddi Dhillon real estate team has a deep understanding of these school districts, and we can help you pinpoint the neighborhoods and specific schools that align with your vision.
We're like your personal school district matchmakers. We'll help you navigate the ins and outs of each region and find those hidden gems that might not be obvious at first glance.
We're passionate about helping families find communities where they can truly thrive, and schools are such a crucial piece of that puzzle.
Okay, so we've done our research, we visited the schools, and we've got a good feel for the different options. Now what? How do we actually make a decision?
The key is to synthesize all that information and ask yourself,
Okay.
does this school, this community, feel like the right fit for me and my goals?
It's about trusting your gut instinct.
Exactly. And remember, even if you're not a parent, thinking about the school district is a smart investment strategy.
Okay.
A good school district can significantly boost your property value in the long run.
It's all about making informed decisions that benefit you both now and in the future.
Speaking of informed decisions,
Okay.
one thing we haven't touched on yet is the EQAO testing.
Ah, yes. The standardized tests that often cause parents a lot of stress.
That's right. EQAO stands for Education Quality and Accountability Office, and they administer standardized tests to students in grades 3, 6, 9, and 10.
Okay, so why should we care about these tests, especially if our kids aren't in those grades yet?
Well, the EQAO results can be a useful tool for comparing schools and getting a sense of their academic performance.
So it's another piece of data to add to our research arsenal.
Exactly. But just like with any data, it's important to look at the EQAO results in context.
Okay.
Don't rely on them solely to make a decision.
Because a test score doesn't capture the whole picture of a school's environment and teaching approach.
Precisely. Remember, you're looking for a school that's the right fit for your individual needs and priorities.
Okay, so we've talked about online resources, school visits, parent networks, and EQAO testing. What are some other things people should consider when evaluating schools?
One thing that often gets overlooked is the school's leadership team.
Ah, yes. The principal and the administrative staff. Why are they so important?
The leadership team sets the tone for the entire school culture.
Right?
A strong principal can create a positive and supportive learning environment for both students and teachers.
It's like having a captain who steers the ship in the right direction.
Exactly. And a good leadership team is also transparent and communicative with parents.
Okay.
They keep you informed about what's happening at the school, and they're responsive to your concerns.
So how can we get a sense of a school's leadership team during a school visit?
Pay attention to how the staff interacts with each other and with the students.
Okay.
Does it feel like a collaborative and respectful environment?
Right.
You can also ask specific questions about the principal's leadership style and their vision for the school.
Those are great tips. And while we're talking about things that can't always be captured in statistics, let's talk about a school's commitment to special education.
That's an important one. Both the Peel District School Board and the Halton Region School Board have robust special education programs and support services for students with diverse learning needs.
So if a family has a child with special needs, what are some things they should be looking for during a school visit?
They should definitely ask about the school's specific resources and programs for students with special needs.
Okay.
They should also inquire about the school's approach to inclusion and how they ensure that all students feel welcome and supported.
It's about making sure that the school has the expertise and the resources to meet your child's individual needs.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for a tour of the special education facilities and to speak with the special education staff.
It's about advocating for your child and making sure they have the best possible learning experience.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about school boundaries.
Okay.
These can be a real head-scratcher for people new to the area.
Oh, absolutely. School boundaries can be confusing, even for those of us who are familiar with the area.
Yes. Right. They determine which school your child is eligible to attend based on your home address.
And those boundaries can change, so it's not always as simple as looking at a map.
Exactly. That's why it's crucial to do your homework and make sure you understand the boundaries for the schools you're interested in.
And we can't stress enough how important it is to talk to a real estate agent who understands the nuances of these boundaries.
Right.
A house that seems perfect on paper might actually be in the wrong school district for your needs.
Absolutely. We've seen that happen time and time again, and it can be heartbreaking for families.
So if you're even thinking about moving to Peel or Halton, give Laddi Dhillon and his team a call. We'll help you navigate those tricky boundaries and make sure you end up in a neighborhood that checks all your boxes, including the school district.
We're passionate about helping families find the perfect community for their needs.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from online resources to school visits to specialized programs and school boundaries. It's a lot to digest.
It is. But remember, you don't have to be an expert on everything. That's why we're here to guide you and provide you with the information you need to make informed decisions.
Exactly. We're a part of Laddi Dhillon's team, and we're dedicated to empowering our clients with knowledge. We believe that when you understand the intricacies of a community, you can make choices that benefit you and your family for years to come.
Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about a fun aspect of the school experience extracurricular activities.
Extracurriculars are where kids can really explore their passions and make those memories that last a lifetime, right?
Absolutely. Both Peel and Halton schools offer a
Yeah.
huge range of extracurriculars, everything from sports and music to robotics clubs and drama productions. There's something for everyone.
That's awesome. It sounds like these school boards understand that a well-rounded education goes beyond the classroom. What are some of the benefits of extracurriculars besides just having fun?
Extracurriculars are a fantastic way for kids to develop important life skills like teamwork, leadership, and time management. They also help kids build confidence and explore their interests outside of academics.
It's like a playground for personal growth and development. But how do you choose the right extracurriculars for your child?
Start by talking to your child about their interests and passions.
Right.
What are they naturally drawn to? What gets them excited?
It's about following their lead and letting their curiosity guide the way.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to encourage them to try new things. You never know what hidden talents they might discover.
I love that. It's all about embracing that spirit of exploration and discovery. But with so many options, it can be easy to get overwhelmed.
Right.
Any tips for finding the right balance?
One thing to keep in mind is that quality trumps quantity.
Okay.
It's better for your child to be deeply engaged in a few activities they truly love than to be spread thin across a dozen different commitments.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's about finding those activities that really spark their joy and passion.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that extracurriculars should be fun. If your child is feeling stressed or overwhelmed, it might be time to reevaluate their commitments.
Great advice. Now, before we wrap up, I have to ask, what's your one piece of advice for families who are feeling overwhelmed by the whole process of choosing a school and a community?
My advice is to breathe
Okay.
and remember that you're not alone.
Right.
There are so many resources available to support families, from the school boards themselves to community organizations to real estate professionals like us.
That's a great reminder. Don't be afraid to reach out for help and guidance.
Exactly. And remember, Laddi Dhillon and his team have been helping families in Peel for nearly 2 decades. We know these communities inside and out, and we're passionate about helping people find the perfect place to call home.
That's right. Give Laddie a call at 905-598-0725.
Yes.
He's a wealth of knowledge, and he'll make sure you find the right fit for your family.
Absolutely. So there you have it, our deep dive into schools and real estate in Peel and Halton. We hope you found this information helpful and that you're feeling more confident about navigating this exciting but often overwhelming process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, knowledge is power, and when you're armed with the right information, you can make choices that benefit your family for years to come.
We've covered everything from academic performance and extracurriculars to school boundaries and community resources. We encourage you to use this knowledge to your advantage and to reach out to us if you have any questions.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful deep dives on all things real estate.
Until next time, happy house hunting.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back with something new and something interesting.